Welcome back to US Coin Craze, the place where we explore the stories hidden inside everyday coins. Most people think coins are just money, something small, something ordinary, something we spend without thinking. But collectors know something different. Sometimes, the smallest coin carries the biggest story. A coin can travel through decades of history, through wars, economic changes, and generations of people. And every scratch, every worn edge, tells us something about its journey. Today, we're looking at 5 fascinating coins, each from a different year, each with its own history, and each representing a different moment in time. We will start in 1978 and slowly move forward through the decades until we reach a coin from 2008, a coin that celebrates the culture and history of one of the most beautiful places in the United States. So take a moment, relax, and join me on this journey through time, one coin at a time. Our journey begins in the year 1978. At first glance, this coin may not seem special, just a small copper penny, dark brown, slightly worn, and simple in design. But coins like this were once part of everyday life in the United Kingdom. Millions of people used coins like this to buy newspapers, bus tickets, and groceries. On the front of the coin, you can see Queen Elizabeth II. Her portrait is surrounded by the Latin inscription representing her royal title. Queen Elizabeth II became queen in 1952, and during her reign, the world changed dramatically. The late 1970s, when this coin was circulating, was a time of economic challenges and social change in Britain. Coins like this passed through the hands of workers, students, shop owners, and travelers, each coin quietly recording its journey through time. On the reverse side, the coin features Britannia. Britannia has appeared on British coins for centuries. She holds a shield, symbolizing protection, and a trident, representing Britain's naval power. Even though this coin was produced in large numbers, it remains an important symbol of British identity. Collectors often enjoy coins like this, not because they are rare, but because they connect us to everyday life in the past. And that is the magic of coin collecting. A small object, a simple design, but a powerful connection to history. Now, let's move forward to the year 1988. At first glance, this coin may look very ordinary. A small silver-colored coin. Thin, light, and simple. But this coin carries the image of one of the most important leaders in American history, the Roosevelt Dime. On the front of the coin, we see the portrait of Franklin Delano Roosevelt, the 32nd President of the United States, a leader who guided America through some of the most difficult years the country had ever faced. Roosevelt became president in 1933. At that time, the United States was suffering through the Great Depression. Millions of people had lost their jobs, banks were failing, families struggled just to survive. Roosevelt introduced a series of programs known as the New Deal. These programs helped rebuild the economy, create jobs, and restore hope. But Roosevelt's story didn't stop there. In the early 1940s, the world entered the chaos of World War II. Once again, Roosevelt stood as a leader during a global crisis. He worked with allied nations, helping guide the world toward victory. Roosevelt also fought another personal battle, a battle against polio, a disease that left him unable to walk without assistance. But Roosevelt never allowed his disability to stop him. Instead, he inspired millions of people with his determination. After his death in 1945, the United States wanted to honor his legacy. So in 1946, a new coin design was introduced, the Roosevelt Dime. It replaced the earlier Mercury dime design. The reason a dime was chosen is very interesting. Roosevelt had been closely connected to an organization called the March of Dimes. This charity raised money to fight polio. Millions of Americans donated small amounts of money, often just a dime, to help fund research. So placing Roosevelt on the dime became a powerful symbol, a reminder of how even small contributions can create big change. Now let's look closely at the design of the coin. On the front, Roosevelt faces left. Above his portrait, the word Liberty appears. Just below his chin, you can see the phrase, "In God we trust," and the year of minting, in this case, 1988. These simple details have remained consistent on the Roosevelt dime for decades. On the reverse side, the design features three important symbols: a torch in the center, a branch of olive leaves on one side, and a branch of oak leaves on the other. The torch represents freedom. The olive branch symbolizes peace, and the oak branch stands for strength and independence. Together, these symbols represent the values of the United States. Now, here is something many people don't realize. Even though millions of Roosevelt dimes are produced every year, certain coins can become surprisingly valuable. The key factors are usually condition, mint mark, and rare minting errors. A coin in heavily circulated condition may only be worth its face value, just 10 cents. But when collectors find coins in exceptional condition, the value can increase dramatically. Coins that still show sharp details, bright luster, and very little wear are often graded by professional coin grading services. These services assign a grade from 1 to 70. The closer the coin is to 70, the more perfect it is considered. High-grade examples of Roosevelt dimes from the 1980s have sometimes sold for hundreds of dollars, not because they are old, but because very few survive in perfect condition. Another thing collectors watch for is mint marks. Mint marks show where the coin was produced. For example, P stands for Philadelphia, D stands for Denver, and S stands for San Francisco. Some mint marks can make a coin more desirable to collectors. And sometimes, minting mistakes create rare varieties. These errors might include double lettering, off-center strikes, or missing design details. When a rare error appears on a coin, collectors become extremely interested, because mistakes made at the mint are often very limited. That means only a small number of coins exist, and scarcity always drives collector demand. So while the 1988 Roosevelt dime may appear common, collectors still search through rolls of coins, hoping to find one special example. A coin with exceptional quality, or a rare minting error. And that's one of the most exciting parts of coin collecting. You never know when a small coin might surprise you. Now, as we continue our journey through these coins, we move forward to another interesting piece of currency, a coin that once circulated widely across the United Kingdom, and a coin that carries the portrait of one of the most recognizable monarchs in modern history. Coming up next, the 1995 British penny. Now, let's move forward to the year 1995. At first glance, this coin may not seem very unusual. Just a simple copper-colored coin. Small, round, and familiar. But coins like this were once a daily part of life. Across the United Kingdom, millions of people carried coins like this in their pockets. They used them to buy newspapers, bus tickets, and everyday items. On the front of the coin, you will see the portrait of Queen Elizabeth II, one of the most recognizable monarchs in modern history. Queen Elizabeth II became queen in 1952, and during her reign, the world experienced enormous change. Technology advanced rapidly, global economies evolved, and the role of coins in daily life slowly began to shift. The portrait seen on the 1995 penny shows a more mature image of the Queen. Over the decades, the portrait of Queen Elizabeth changed several times on British coins. Each version represented a different stage of her long reign. This is one of the details collectors often find fascinating. Coins quietly record the passage of time. They show us how history moves forward, year after year. Now let's turn the coin over. On the reverse side, you will normally see Britannia. Britannia has been a symbol of Britain for centuries. She stands with a shield, representing protection, and she holds a trident, symbolizing Britain's connection to the sea. For hundreds of years, Britain's naval power played a major role in its history, and Britannia became a lasting symbol of national identity. Although the 1995 penny was produced in large numbers, coins like this still hold historical value. They remind collectors of a time when physical coins were used for nearly every purchase. Today, digital payments are becoming more common, but coins continue to carry the legacy of earlier generations. For collectors, even common coins like this help tell the story of a nation. And sometimes, the most ordinary coin becomes the most meaningful part of a collection. Now, our journey moves to the United States and to the year 1999. This was a very important year for American coin collectors because it marked the beginning of one of the most popular coin programs ever created, the United States 50 State Quarters program. This program was designed to celebrate every U.S. state. Each year, several states were honored with their own quarter design. Millions of Americans began collecting these coins. Some people searched through their change. Others purchased special coin sets. Families, children, and collectors all joined the excitement. The coin we are looking at represents the state of New Jersey. New Jersey became the third state to join the United States in 1787. But its history stretches much further back to the early days of the American Revolution. On the reverse side of the coin, you will see a powerful historical scene. George Washington crossing the Delaware River. This moment took place in 1776, during one of the most difficult periods of the Revolutionary War. Washington and his soldiers crossed the icy Delaware River at night. Their goal was to launch a surprise attack against enemy forces. The mission was dangerous. The weather was harsh, but the plan succeeded. The victory helped boost the morale of the American army, and it became one of the most famous events in American history. The coin also features the phrase, "Crossroads of the Revolution." This refers to the important role New Jersey played during the war. Many battles took place in the state, and it became a key location during the struggle for independence. For collectors, coins like this are fascinating because they combine history, art, and storytelling in a single design. And the State Quarters program introduced millions of people to coin collecting. Many collectors today began their hobby simply by searching for these quarters. Now we arrive at the final coin in today's journey. The year 2008, and the beautiful state of Hawaii. Hawaii became the 50th state of the United States in 1959. But its cultural history stretches back hundreds of years. This coin honors one of the most important figures in Hawaiian history, King Kamehameha I. Kamehameha was the leader who united the Hawaiian Islands. Before his reign, the islands were divided among different chiefs. But through leadership and determination, Kamehameha succeeded in bringing them together. His legacy remains deeply respected in Hawaii today. On the coin, You can see the statue of King Kamehameha, his arm extended, pointing toward the Hawaiian Islands. Beside him, the map of the islands appears. This design symbolizes unity and leadership. The coin also features a powerful Hawaiian phrase, Wa maukeea oka aina ika pono. This phrase carries a beautiful meaning. It translates to, the life of the land is preserved in righteousness. This motto reflects the deep respect Hawaiians have for their land and culture. For collectors, the Hawaii Quarter is one of the most meaningful designs in the State Quarters series. It represents not only a state, but also a rich cultural heritage. Coins may seem small, but they carry incredible stories. From a 1978 British penny to a 2008 Hawaii State Quarter, each coin connects us to a different moment in history. They travel through time, passing through countless hands, quietly recording the story of our world. So the next time you check your pocket change, take a closer look, because the coin in your hand might be more than just money. It might be a small piece of history. And if you enjoy discovering coins like this, make sure you subscribe to US Coin Craze, because you never know which coin we will explore next.